I'm Kimberly from Fact Quarter Shop, and today we're making a mini version of our new Quilt As You Go Bubble Tablerunner. Before we jump into supplies and materials, I want to talk about Quilt As You Go and show you what this little bubble template will make. Quilt As You Go is a quilting method where you quilt individual blocks as you build them rather than basting and quilting a large completed quilt top all at once. You're quilting your blocks as you go. The little bubble template will give you the look of a cathedral window and an orange peel quilt all at one time. Depending on your fabric placement, you can make the cathedral window pop out or you can make the orange peel pop out. It's all up to you. In this quilt, we're using the background to highlight your orange peel with your print fabric to highlight your cathedral window. The background print is also what will be showing on the back of your quilt. Whatever fabric is your orange peel on the front of your quilt is going to be the fabric that is on the back of your quilt. Before we start, let's talk about supplies and materials. For your supplies, you need your little bubble Quilt As You Go template. With that template, you receive a free printed pattern to follow along, so make sure you don't throw that away. For your batting, we recommend 1 pack of the 10-inch squares of 80/20 Silky Blend Happy Cloud quilt batting. You need a total of 64 squares that measure 2 3/4 inches. Also, you want your batting to not be too thin or too thick, which is why we recommend 80/20 batting. We recommend the Clover Blue water-soluble marker for your marking tool. Your marked lines should not disappear with heat as you're sewing since you need the lines throughout the project. You will also need a glue stick. We're using the Soline water-soluble glue pen. And lastly, we're using the Fiskars pinking shears, which will give you a really nice edge on your quilt. To make this project, you need 2 print Moda Charm packs or 64 5-inch squares. We are featuring the Honeyed Horizon collection by Carrie Anguiano for Moda Fabrics. And you'll need 1 1/3 yards of a background, and you're going to cut that into 64 background squares. Since this is a Quilt As You Go project, you do not need additional fabric for binding and backing. After you've gathered your template, fabric, and your supplies, let's jump into assembly. Your first step is to remove the brown paper on the back of your template. When you're removing the paper, a seam ripper or a stiletto will help you pull the paper off. After you remove your paper, you're going to look in your pattern booklet, and the first page is going to give you all the information I just went over, but it's super helpful to save that. Then we're going to talk about where we're going to place our fabrics. For our fabric A, which is basically the cathedral window, we're going to use a print fabric. And for our fabric B, which is going to create the orange peels, we're going to be using our background fabric. Now you're going to fold your fabric A square, and what that's going to do is create a diagonal. And that's going to create an X on the back. Then you're going to place your batting where the edges of your 2 3/4 inches squares are on the wrong side of your fabric, and you'll want to use glue and put that right in place. Now you'll take your fabric B and on the wrong side, just put a little bit of glue and then put that on top so you've created a sandwich. So you have print on one side, background on the other, and you have your batting in the center. Now we're going to flip that back over and you can see the folded lines. We're going to go to our machine and we're going to be making our quilting lines. So they can be like a 2.0 or 2.5 stitch length, and you're going to basically stitch an X. This is what it's going to look like when you have your stitches sewn. Then you're going to take your little bubble template and you're going to place this where these open lines are right where the stitches are. So you can see those stitches right through there. Then you're going to take your marking pen and you're going to draw around the circle and in each of these open slots. When I'm making this, I do like to connect these lines right here because it is going to make it a lot easier on the next step. And you want to extend the lines where it touches that circle. And just using a square ruler will help you do that. So when you do this, just make sure that where your stitches are exactly meet that point where you just drew those lines, because that's super important in the assembly. Now we're going to use our pinking shears and we're going to cut on the outside circle. And what I like to do is just get the little pinking shears and the little point I try to touch so that I'm cutting slightly outside of the circle. For the table topper, you're going to make 64 of these units. Now we're going to start joining our little bubbles together. We're going to take our fabric bees and we're going to put those together. And what you're going to line up is this stitch with this stitch. So you want them right together, and then this stitch with this stitch. That's super important that they're lined up. Then you're going to start on one end, back stitch and stitch across, and then back stitch. That will join the first two together. Another tip is when you're doing this and you're feeding this through the machine, you want to make sure your stitch is outside the batting, which it should be if you drew your lines correctly. Now you have two together. What I'm going to do is flatten this, and I'm going to stitch right on the very edge of the pinking edges, and I'm going to start and stop with a back stitch. And I like to do this step now because if you wait until later, it's going to get a little bit bulky. So this is what it looks like at this point. Now we're going to add 2 more little bubbles to have a total of 4 circles. This is what 4 of the little bubbles looks like. You're going to make 16 rows, and now I'll show you how to join the rows. You'll do the same exact technique where you put your fabric bees together, and at this point I would pin in place at every intersection where these dotted lines are. Now we're going to start on one end, back stitch, stitch all the way across and back stitch, and just make sure you're stitching on the outside of that batting square. Now here are your first 2 rows together, and you want to make sure there are no holes right here. There will be holes if you don't connect right where the stitches join. So if you have a hole, fix it at this point, turn this over, and you're going to do the same thing with these orange peels. You're going to flatten them, and you're going to stitch all of those open. And what I like to do is I'll start here, back stitch, come back around on the other side, and back stitch. Okay, these are the first 2 rows. You're going to do this until all 16 rows are connected. And just a little tip, when you get to the end of here, you can do some straight stitches to get over to the next orange peel. That'll just make it go a little bit easier. Now here is your quilt. The very last thing you're going to do is stitch all the way horizontally right outside that batting line on all 4 sides. From there, you need to decide if you want to leave your orange peels open or closed. If you leave them open, you will stitch right on the outside. Another option is to invert your fabrics like this one, where you have a background as Cathedral Window, a print as your orange peel, and your back will look totally different than your previous quilt. The Scallop Quilt As You Go Little Bubble Tablerunner is a quick and easy way to learn the Quilt As You Go technique, which will then allow you to create any size and variation. If you love making this, we also have a tutorial on how to make a big bubble Quilt As You Go table topper. We have more projects releasing in our Quilt As You Go series, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.